Hello. Okay, today I'd like to try to explain exactly where I think is the problem in the day-to-day life and what prevents us from moving forward. I think I've already talked about that, but it's maybe another point of view on the same situation. Basically, what I think is that basically it's like if every time, every day, in any situation, we have like if the world is like two kinds of colors in front of us, and we have on the one hand some bright colors, on the other hand some dark colors, and we can perceive one or the other, or at least we can focus on one or on the other. And if you focus on the bright colors, the dark colors have no intensity and no real power on your life, because they're there, you're aware of them, but you don't really take them into account and they don't interfere with your life. On the other hand, if you focus on the dark colors, you're not anymore able to really perceive the bright colors, and even if maybe you know they are there, you're not really aware of them and they cannot interfere in a good way this time with your life. So you have to choose what you want to perceive. That's really what I think. And if you look on if you read maybe studies that have been made on psychology, I have some of them that I've studied because I trained as a pilot, professional pilot of planes, and we study something like that in order to know how the brain works, and to know that if you focus on something and you are expecting something, so you're in the plane, flying the plane, and you expect to see something, you will see every signs that go in the same directions, that confirm what you think, and you will neglect, you won't be aware of any other signals, even if that's in front of you, even if you have maybe sometimes some alarms or really things flashy and sounds and everything, and you can not be aware of them because you are just focusing on something else, and that was not in the pattern you wanted to to perceive things. So, and it's really something that you do with, really you just want to do something good, and you're not able anymore to be aware of other things just because your brain is focused on one specific thing. So that's really something which is really very interesting, which is very surprising when you first see that, but that's how we work. And for everything in our daily lives, that's exactly the same. Once we have one kind of thought, we perceive things that relate to these thoughts, and we are much less able to be aware of other things. So that's a very good thing to have in mind, and I encourage you to go and read studies and a lot of things that have been said around that, because it's really it has been studied. You have real proof of how the brain works, and it's really surprising, very surprising when you discover that. So what I think is that we have all kinds of opportunities and all kind of directions we can take at any particular moment in our life. That's what I would call the bright colors we can perceive, or the dark colors, to have an image of all that, okay? And when we focus on one kind of colors, we're not anymore aware of much less and of the other kinds of colors. So it's really important to know on what you want to focus. And what will determine that? It's obviously what you think. And what you think is always related with a story, because it just comes in your any situation comes in your story, and you make it relate to what you wanted, what you were expecting, what you think is good or bad, what is fair, unfair, and so on. So it's always a matter of story due to your own thoughts, perceptions, and that will enable you to see different things in your life. That's something a little crazy, but that's really something like that. The brain works like that, and that's what we're doing each and every day. So My concern about that is that I know that sometimes I see things that really annoy me, that I'm really not happy with. And at that moment, I cannot ignore that. I'm angry. And I know that at this time, it's not something that helps me to build something, but not something that helps me to move forward in my life. And that even removes me some energy. Because when you, well, basically, I would take the story by the other end. What I realized is that in order for me to build something in my life, to live something great in my life, whatever is happening, I have to feel enthusiasm, love, things like that. They are just words, but you know what I mean. Things like that, like when you're in love, actually. Like when you're in love, that's what I was talking in my previous video. So if I just decide that I'm in love, I can really encourage my brain to perceive things that confirm that mindset. And that helps me to pick the bright colors. And so to feel really the same state or something that is closer to the state than before. And so I feel more energy, more love, more enthusiasm, and things are really different, and I can really pick out the right things in my life, perceive them, because it's really a matter of perception, and I have to choose what I want to perceive. And so I have to choose what I think, what are my thoughts, how I relate to my world. That's crazy, but that's really that. It all starts like that. And so I know that's the right answer. I have to focus on what I choose. But on the other hand, I know that sometimes I really get annoyed, angry even at things that happen around me, that happens to me, okay? And I have to make do with that. But at this time, I'm angry, so I'm losing this enthusiasm. I'm losing this energy. And then I start to see and to pick out only the dark colors in my life. That's not fair, that's many things like that, of anger. And I know that's a big trap because I'm losing everything that I can take advantage of in my life. I cannot perceive them anymore. I'm losing my enthusiasm, my love, my joy to live, and so I'm not able anymore to do great things because everything starts from this enthusiasm. Okay, so I don't really have an answer to that, what to do at the times. I just perceive one thing, but I cannot let that go, and I cannot just come back to my feelings of joy, I want to feel love right now. I want to feel like I'm in love right now. So it's like it acts like a trap for me. So I just have maybe just to realize that, hey, that's kind of a trap. It's like that. I can't do anything about it, and I really have to let that go. It doesn't feel that easy for me today, but that's really the thing. I really have to find a way to let that go and say, yeah, there are dark colors, and sometimes I will be hit in a way, or I'll be very aware of one of these dark colors. That's just one point maybe in my view, like a pixel on your screen. That's just one. But okay, it's not bright. I don't want that. So maybe I should just endeavor to just do whatever is possible to let that dark point go away as far as possible, because it won't bring me anything good in my life, and that's really the thing. Okay, let that go as soon as possible and remove that from your head as soon as possible. Just come back and focus on your thing, what you want, great things, love, enthusiasm, and then build your life like you want. Don't let one dark color put some trouble in my life. That's really the thing. So maybe I should just see that like a trap and try to do everything in my power, and that's completely in my power to say, okay, that's it. I cannot do anything about it, but I don't want it. I want to focus there. Okay, bye dark color, and that's it. Okay, so I'll let you post it on that, how I managed to handle this kind of trap in order to just keep focused on what I want. And that's really, yeah, I know that when you're just enthusiastic and you just want to feel love and to look at that, there are many things that can really brings you joy. And really, it's not just a mindset, it really creates good things in your life. Really, you really build things, you really live something else, because you pick out those bright colors and things happen in this direction. So it's really very important. That's just the beginning, what you think and what you decide. Okay, I'll tell you what I've been able to do next, and I hope you'll have things to say about this video. I see you soon. Bye.